Once upon a time, when animals could still speak, and walk around like human beings, there lived a cheeky monkey. He had a hard-working neighbor, Mrs. Crab, who had a lot of babies to take care of. Mrs. Crab worked hard all day breaking this oil while Mr. Monkey lazily swung around from branch to branch on the trees, making fun of Mrs. Crab. It went on for a few months, but soon Mr. Monkey got bored of his imprudence. So he swung himself on the ground and began checking out what Mrs. Crab had been so busy with. "What's that anyway, Mrs. Crab?" asked Mr. Monkey. Mrs. Crab sighed heavily and said, "So you're on the ground finally. Did you get bored with your own racket while you swung from branch to branch on the trees?" Mr. Monkey giggled and gaggled at Mrs. Crab's rhetoric. He then asked again, "What's that you are busy with, Mrs. Crab?" "Well, Mr. Monkey," answered Mrs. Crab, "you see, the winter is approaching fast and there will be nothing above the ground that we can eat. These tubers underneath this oil will keep us through the winter. That's what I'm busy with all these months." Mr. Monkey suddenly realized he'd spent all his summer aimlessly and will soon go hungry when winter sets in. So he asked Mrs. Crab as sadly as he could pretend to be, "Will you share your harvest with me, Mrs. Crab? You see, all the fruits in the trees are ripe and rotten on the ground. And all the nuts have been hidden away by the sneaky squirrels. There is nothing left for me to go through the winter." Mrs. Crab, being a loving mother, answered, "Sure, Mr. Monkey, if you will take care of my babies while I harvest the tubers, I will give you a share." But the cheeky monkey wasn't quite sure of that and bargained, "Let me first have a taste of the tubers. If I like them I shall take care of your babies while you harvest the tubers." "Sure," said Mrs. Crab, "come and taste them all." But Mr. Monkey simply scratched the topsoil and tasted the tuber stems, exclaiming, "These are not good, they taste awful." He then swung up on the trees making a racket like he always did. But Mrs. Crab silently dug into the soil and soon brought out huge tubers, fresh and delicious. "These are the tubers, Mr. Monkey," shouted Mrs. Crab. "You have to dig deeper." "It's hard work," sighed Mrs. Crab, "but what will you know of it?" Looking back down on the huge, fresh and delicious tubers, Mr. Monkey finally agreed. "All right, Mrs. Crab, you harvest them all while I take care of your babies." So as agreed, when winter arrived, Mrs. Crab started to harvest the tubers while Mr. Monkey stayed to take care of the babies. But Mr. Monkey saw how delicious the babies were and planned to eat them all. So he hid them all and wrapped a grinding stone in a white cloth as if he were holding the babies together. When Mrs. Crab returned with a huge basket of tubers, the cheeky monkey snatched it and swung up on the trees. Mrs. Crab was taken aback and she cried, "Oh, Mr. Monkey, why are you doing this? Why have you taken away my harvest and my babies too? At least give me back my babies." "Here, take your babies," said the cheeky monkey and threw the grinding stone wrapped in a white cloth. The grinding stone crushed the legs of poor Mrs. Crab. She couldn't walk straight anymore and only scrambled sideways. When the babies that were hidden away came out, they saw their mother scrambling sideways. So they also started to scramble sideways. Since then crabs never walk straight, they only scramble sideways.